I appreciated 92% in 5 years. Isn't that amazing?
That's great.
Wow.
5 years. And we're 5 years and like 7 months. 6 years.
6 years, 7.
Man.
92%.
Good job.
But the question is this normal? Jen, if you don't mind. It absolutely is. This is the new normal. Because homes have appreciated more than 70% in the last 5 years. I mean, I live in a little 3-2 in Bloomington. Bloomington is, I'm gonna say this because I live there. It is not the highest grossing neighborhood in the South Bay. It is relatively low priced. Now you're talking about San Pedro 90731, 90732, 90275, even Carson. I mean, these values are just going up and up and up. Almost yet. Oh, then yet. Jenny, go back. But the point of that is there's so much equity in these homes that's untapped. I saw an article that there was more than $11 trillion in untapped equity.
Wow.
Have you had that conversation with your client that they are part of $11 trillion of untapped equity? I'm not talking about people who have actually refinanced. I'm talking about people who bought 6 months ago, a year ago. They had this 2% rate, 3% rate. They don't want to lose that rate, but they want to tap into it. Home equity lines of credit are a great way to do it. You can focus on a HELOC with a higher rate, and then you're just paying a low rate on the first. Even with a 10% dip, you still have plenty of equity.
Are you expecting that?
I'll go back.
We're not.
Are you expecting that interest rate?
No, I'm just speculating, because the reason why the rates were increased, that's not a weird thing, sorry. The reason why the rates were increased is they wanted to help slow down demand. They want to slow down demand, and so the use of supply will increase, and we'll have a natural reduction of price. Do you think the houses are gonna dip 10%? No. Maybe 3 to 5%, and that's on a big day? I mean, there's still so much equity to leverage to your sellers. All right, Jenny, now I'm ready.
It's real quick though,
Yes.
before you move on,
Mhm.
is there a possibility where you can send us and then we can blast it to the office in regards to the $11 trillion in untapped equity article?
I'll find the article.
And then I'm just taking advantage of that, so if you want any marketing materials, let us know, we can put something together and you guys can blast it out on your social media.
Yeah, I will absolutely share it. It was on CNBC. I'll back it to you guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Jenny, go ahead. So now let's focus on predatory loans. Different lending market in 2008. There was more than 30% of loans out there were adjustable rate mortgages. More importantly, back then in 2008, they had a 3-year arm. So people who bought homes in 2004, 2005, 2006 were adjusting. And people don't really look at that part. They just see, oh, they all had adjustable rates. But no, these rates were jumping. They were moving because the rates back then were almost 6%. So these rates were on the move. Anybody, I've talked about negative amortization loans. Anybody know what that is?
Yeah, I can do that.
Richard?
The loan is actually going up, you're paying part of the principal, you're not paying the interest, so the loan goes up and it keeps going up.
Correct. And then if the value stands still or decreases, you become underwater. With those negative amortized loans, you had 4 payment options. You had a 15-year payment, a 30-year payment, an interest-only payment, and a minimum payment. And then whatever was left over from that minimum payment will get tacked on to the end of the balance of the loan. There was almost 8% of those made up mortgages in 2008. Nowadays, I don't even ask my owners about those kind of loans because A, I don't want to sell them, and B, they're not going to be popular. You know, but more importantly, some loans were layered with both. They were both negative and had an adjustable rate attached to it. So it was a totally different risk factor for the client. They also had interest-only loans, and I talk about interest-only loans sometimes, but you're only paying interest-only, your property dips in value, again, you're underwater. These are the types of predatory loans that were out there before 2008. Any other kind of loans that you guys heard of or anything like that? Because these loans were irregular. And I'm gonna talk about loans right now and how they were so easy to get. Jenny, if you don't mind. The average credit score in 2008 to buy a home was 644. Now 741. How much more well qualified are these clients? Appraisers weren't regulated, loans weren't regulated. Emmer, you can give me a piece of paper that said, I, Emmer Verano, make $15,000 a month. You give that to the underwriter, boom, income signed off. Now I need 2 years of taxes, 2 years of W-2s, 4 pay stubs, and then hopefully the trend is going up, because the trend is going down, I have to look at your income a different way. So loans themselves are more regulated. There are stronger buyers, stronger regulation, doesn't matter what loan type you get, you're regulated by someone, even going jumbo or non-QM, there's guidelines in place. Just because you're getting a jumbo or a non-qualified mortgage or a non-traditional mortgage, there's still rules you have to follow. You can't just sign paperwork and get it. The government doesn't want to own homes. Contrary to popular belief, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, FHA do not want to be landlords. They do not want the housing market to crash like it did before. And I guarantee you, they will step in before the housing market specifically crashes. So lending itself was different. Any other types of different loans you guys heard of over the years besides these ones? Or how, and imagine if we do go into some kind of crash, how much more difficult is it going to be to get a mortgage? And you're really waiting for a market to crash? Jen, if you don't mind. Because if you want to talk, if you have a client that wants to talk about 2008, as my friend Captain America says, I can do it all day. Because there's so many more buyers in the market. There's so many things I didn't touch on. There's so many more buyers. So many people still want to buy a home who are priced out. Once those rates get back down, they're going to be back in it. And these rates won't stay like this forever. Remember, and I'm seeing this more and more, you're buying your forever home, you're not buying your permanent interest rate. You can leverage your interest rate later by refinancing or selling your home and buying something bigger or smaller when time's right. The more important is talk about affordability, keep people's lifestyle, and get them a good home. And we can't control supply, but we can control demand by educating our clients, and the supply will come. And me with references, I just like putting things in analogies because it's easier to follow. But literally, if anybody who wants to talk about 2008, give me a call, because I won't criticize them, but I'll help them understand why it's a different market.
Didn't the fall start like latter part of 2007?
2007, yeah, 2006, 2007. That's when I did more and more research. Science started in 2006. That's when property values halted and there was a super surplus of supply.
What's the borrower's theory about taking an interest-only loan? It seems like it's amortized because they did a long time. It's interest-only, you tend to say they're 3, 4, 5 years, just take interest-only. Why put principal down there when you have a small payment upfront available?
Well, you're hoping the appreciation stays, because that way when you do have to sell or refinance, you can get into a better loan.
Sometimes appreciation slows down, not as great as it was, which is sometimes a good signal. We're going like this, which is too fast.
Yes.
We might do it to level up. I still think we'll have appreciation.
Oh, yeah, because appreciation should be 3 to 4% a year. So you should be going up in value every year. So and as you make payments, you're paying down principal. So it's not like your money's going nowhere. And I'm sorry to Mary, went too long.
But it's okay.
So if you rent a house, let's pretend that we're in a world without COVID. Let's pretend that we're in a world where everything's back to normal, if you will. Michelle, you stop paying your rent, what happens? Regular world.
In what circumstances, I would get evicted unless it's under COVID and then I just leave in every house.
True. But you would get evicted, or if you're a landlord, you would evict.
Yep.
What happens when you're in a mortgage and you can't make your mortgage payment? Well, yeah, you foreclose is worst case scenario, but again, the banks don't want to foreclose on you. They will work with you. They will work with you.
They'll do forbearance.
They'll do a forbearance, they'll do some kind of payment arrangement, they'll defer some balance, give you a better interest rate. So owning a home is more than just getting equity and leveraging your scenario and getting qualified. It is a lifelong asset. Because if you do get laid off and things come up, you can still negotiate with your bank. And they'll let you stay in the property. Sean.
I tell first time buyers 2 things. One is, it's the only investment ever you get to enjoy and live in.
Mhm.
And number 2, and I'm sorry, this is counter to what you said earlier, your house is not an ATM.
Mm-mm.
And the only reason, in my opinion, you should take money out is to improve the property.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. I've seen people, I saw a loan officer, I won't say his name, it was when the Dodgers were in the World Series in 2017. And he said, hey, the Dodgers haven't been in the World Series in 29 years. Call me down to get cash out so you can take a trip to Houston for a week. You go visit and go to a couple games. I'm like, what are you doing? That is predatory lending to the max. You are leveraging the Dodgers' first World Series in 29 years to get people to do a cash out refinance. Are you effing serious? And my wife was like, what are you cussing over there for? And I'm like, because it's loan officers are dingbats. You should be taking cash out to improve the equity of your home. You shouldn't be taking cash out to take vacations.
Did you lose his license?
No, he's still licensed, he's a branch manager,
Wow, okay.
you know, so,
Scary all by itself.
Right,
yeah.
that part.
It's like,
So
I'm-
unethical.
It is, because you're leveraging a situation and trying to make money out of it. That's so rude,
The article that I posted, that you guys should go check it
That,
out.
it was your article, it was the one I was,
Was it the
yeah,
article?
so I read your article, and then I kept playing the next video, and that's where I saw the $11 trillion. Yeah, because Patty, I saw it on her Facebook, I get information, I get happy when I see posts, and I get to review, and it gives me ideas what to talk to you guys about. Because it's real life stuff,
It is.
you know, and so, anyway, I won't take too much more time. If you guys have questions, if you have a plan and want to talk about 2008, I'm here to help. You guys know where I sit. Don't ever be afraid to come by, say hi, drop me an email, drop me a text. I'm available every day, even on Father's Day. So take care.
Thanks, Dave. And we're on it.
I should put her on the spot.
You should.
Guys, make sure you share the screen.
Oh, yeah. Go down. You have to, yep,
Yeah, so there, then the arrow,
Ariel.
so this arrow here, and then click that,
There you go.
advanced sharing options. And then all participants.
Right there. Share.
Sweet, thank you.
X that out, please. Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? So I wanted to kind of continue to talk to you about Total Farm a little bit. So I did a video, I don't know if you showed it last week, kind of talking about some filters that I think are worthwhile considering, especially I think now as inventory is slowing a little bit and people are looking for a little bit more ways to find people to reach out to, whether you're cold calling, door knocking, print marketing, whatever it is. So for those that haven't seen this before, this is Fidelity Total Farm. So it's kind of this free system and you can create as many farms as you want. And it'll give you a bunch of different farm filters, so things like out-of-state homeowners, absentee homeowners, empty nesters, and there's a lot of functionality within it. So you can get phone numbers and emails to targeted social media ads, a bunch of different stuff. But what I wanted to highlight today and also kind of show a little bit of a workaround that I was thinking about are some of these premium features or filters that are part of Total Farm. So for example, if you look at the entire farm, this is coastal San Pedro. So it's like South Shores and Palisades, and it's just everybody. So everyone kind of lumped together. So it's 2,768 records. But then some of these filters over here that I actually didn't really know about myself much until I started digging a little bit deeper. But one of them, and that kind of plays into what issue Mary were talking about, is equity. So I can actually click equity right here, and I can actually kind of create filters and find people, for example, that have more than 60% equity in their homes. So I really want to kind of narrow down who I'm going to be reaching out to. I can filter by this, and now it's just 1,000 people that I know have a lot of equity. So maybe I'm not spending my time reaching out to people that just moved in and might be there for a little bit longer time. Or I can look at something like hot properties, and that's going to get people that have more than 40% equity and have lived there for statistically the amount of time people live in that farm area before they decide to move. So it might be on average like 12 years that people live in the South Shores and Palisades area and then they move. So to kind of match those people together. So in this case, it's 142 people that have more than 40% equity and have lived there for an average length of time when people usually sell. So now you can focus your time a little bit better. And then the last thing, and this one I thought was pretty great too, is ready to relist. And so this is just 18 people in this farm. And what ready to relist does is it looks at that farm area and then finds people that have listed their home in the last 1 to 6 years, but they still live in that home. So maybe it was a canceled listing or withdrawn or an expired listing. The same thing, you can kind of filter this data down and get the phone numbers and emails. But what I was kind of thinking about is, unfortunately, it is kind of locked behind like a paywall a little bit. So it's a monthly membership for Fidelity Total Farm. But I was kind of digging into it, and there's a little bit of a workaround for people that want to have access to this data, but don't want to be paying the $20 a month. So let's say, for example, I sign into like a different just free account that I created because I have a premium one with Fidelity because I work there.
We did not
Don't
know.
So basically, if I try it on this free account, it's not going to let me, right? It's going to kind of be locked behind this paywall. But what I can do instead for people that want some of this data, maybe you've created a farm on your own and you have like 3,000 records or something like that.
you can actually share these farms with me. So basically how that would work is you'd go to your complete farm here, and then you go to this share icon over here, and then click share farm. And then put in my email address, that's my account, so it's grantluna39@gmail, I'll share with you, you can tell people. So anyone that wants that, you can just shoot me a text and say, hey Grant, I'm sharing a farm, can you get me back the people with 60% plus equity, the people that are ready to relist in that farm area. So you put in my email there, it'll populate into my account, and then I'll just kind of filter that data and then share it back to your email address that's associated with your total farm account. So now you'll have a farm basically in your account that's just the people that have expired or withdrawn listings, or people that have a lot of equity. And then now you can do the same things where you can get the phone numbers and emails for these people. You can start door knocking to those people that have a lot of equity. You can do print marketing campaigns. You can do the handwritten notes, everything in there. And that's what's great about this system is once you set it up once, you create those farms, you have all this functionality that's kind of embedded in there. And then also too, I guess another idea I was thinking of is maybe you're doing that equity filter and you want to find people with a lot of equity. You can take advantage of something like Fidelity Agent One, which is another app we have, and just create a bunch of seller net sheets for these people and start door knocking with that and show them the amount of equity they have and how much they can actually get if they did decide to sell their home. So I know it's a lot of new material and new kind of resources that you might not be familiar with, but I do have a YouTube playlist on this. So if like you want to figure out how to just create a farm, you just have to watch this video and it shows you how to create these farms. And then I'll upload a new video soon showing you that process of sharing the farm to me and getting it back. But just a couple of repeated steps, and once you get familiar with it, it gets a little bit easier. So if you have questions, I'm always around and happy to help you get these things set up.
Awesome, thank you. And I definitely I signed up for Grant's YouTube video because I mean, there's so much going on and sometimes you just forget when you do sit with him. When you do sit with him, he's amazing, but it's just so much information. We can't grasp all of it, but his YouTube channels are amazing and I've reflected back several times. Okay. Hi, Carolyn. We miss you. Go back to, yep. And then go share. Yep. There we go. Perfect. Okay. All right, our closings, let's go. Holy shindig, ready? All right, Peter at Stonewood, A-Rod at 26, Karen Conklin, Kildare, and Liz. Sergio Sarah, Bonberry, Antonio Sarah, I haven't seen that name on Bonberry, Prestige Team, Folklore Lane, Team Whitney, Stonewood, Adela, the 131st, Team Whitney. Is it Gunnell? No, thank you. And Prestige, Upland, congratulations. And 9,095,000. Wow, sir. Week 3, we're doing great. And then Chris, Vermont price reduction.
That's my little 4-unit strip side-by-side units in Gardena. Finally got her to come down below $1 million. We've got some activity on it now, so hopefully we'll be in escrow soon.
Good.
We're supposed to have 2 offers today.
Yay, congrats.
Yeah, it is.
Love it. Okay, thank you. And then we got new listings. Okay.
Sorry,
So,
I thought you were-
yeah, it doesn't, I know. We're one man down today. All right, so we got Sal at Stonewood, 685, 2-bed, 2 bedroom, 3 bath, 1351 square footage. We got Nicole Acosta at also 1515 Stonewood. Wow, it looks like the garden's having some activities. Oh, it's a lease. Yep, you're right.
Oh,
And then we have Matt at 19th Street for 925. Jane, is Jane on? No, okay, 8th Street, that's her lease, 5100. Wow, Sal is, no wonder he's not here today, he's busy. 6th Street, 569, Dalmatia, unit 13 and 72, so one is 699, has 2 beds. And then his 4 beds is 849. Jason, 1427 Pacific Coast, that looks like a commercial.
That's mine.
So
That's
that's
actually, I'm co-listing it with Jason Default from KW Coastal.
congrats.
With about 1,000 square foot of 2 buildings. It's currently being used as a car dealership. And so that's that.
Awesome, thank you. And Carolyn, is that also shared in our commercial WhatsApp group?
I don't know. Is that the group that we have? Is that a commercial group?
No, there's another one. I will make sure I drop you in, but
Yeah, because I'm doing some commercial right now too. So this I'm co-working with this the director of commercial in KW Coastal that Manny got me in touch with.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So I'll drop you into our commercial WhatsApp and share
Okay.
that too. Hopefully you
But I
guys.
also
can-
other, so do you want me to tell you about it now? But I haven't launched it yet.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, so it's in Taper. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm sorry, I have to pull up the information. It is 232 Jack Place, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,430 square feet on an 8,200-foot lot, pool, jacuzzi, RV parking. We're still determining the price, somewhere around $1 million, and I'm going to launch that in first week of July.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, and then needs, wants, yep, thank you for sharing. You're coming soon. Anyone else?
Yeah, we have a really cute 2-bedroom, 1-bath, craftsman style home coming up on the market. Wait till you hear the price, $599.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's on a like 2,800 square foot lot.
Okay.
It's pretty original. We're gonna do a couple little things before we list it, but it's, we're gonna list it probably like 2 weeks maybe, so.
Where is it? Where is it?
I have a buyer.
Liz, you have someone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on 6th Street.
It's on 6th Street, Caroline.
$599.
$599, 2-bedroom.
No
block? What
No
block?
garage.
What block?
What block?
This is, it's 9,
6th Street,
yeah.
1002 6th Street.
1002 6th Street.
Above Gaffney. Yeah, really cute little crossing.
Okay, and it'll be ready in 2 weeks.
At a little bit more than $599. Can you tell me about 52 East? I mean, 52, the new one is gonna get.
Sure, yeah, do you know the bedroom count?
I do, it's a 4-bedroom, and it also has a family room and a office. I think it's 4,300 square feet, somewhere in that range, plus a guest house, all remodeled, gorgeous view, pool. And it's just a little under 6 million, but it's a gorgeous house.
Wow.
A
Awesome.
little bit more than the one on 6th Street.
Congratulations. You have to add another zero.
Yeah. And I can do loans up to 4 million. for-
That's awesome, thank you. Okay, E&O insurance, real quick. I know you guys have seen emails. I know there's a lot of questions. Please reach out to Lisa. There is 2 options. One option is to pay it all up front. Another option is within 6 months. So please talk to Lisa if you have any questions and let her know how you want that all set up as well. Thank you. All right, Spring Fling, you ready? Okay, Liz, 4,800. The Pressures. Tavares Victory Lap is at 5,500. Jane Castillo, top producer, 77. Maria's mom, 8,900. And Nicole, you're still in the lead, 9,300. Okay, so one more week and then we'll close out Spring Fling. Yes and no, and the reason being it's because what we thought that we could do, unfortunately, it's no longer available. So now we're back to square one. So stay tuned. I'll have it all ready by next week, I promise. Okay, and then cappers, Nancy, I think I saw you on earlier. Congratulations on Kathy. And I have your
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support, guys.
And I have your cappers box here, so it won't fit in your mailbox, honey, so I'll have it in my office. Okay, and then also Paige Anderson, cap as well. Okay, so we're super excited about Real Trends. Are you guys familiar about the Real Trends? Anybody?
Yes.
Okay, so I did a little blur for you, just in case. So Real Trends plus Tom Ferry, the 1,000 real estate agents and team rankings, the average sales price for these elite agents was 1 million, which is astounding and obviously first for their rankings. Top individuals averaged 241.2 closed transaction and sales volume of 253.8 million, up from 213.2 million in 2020. Okay, and then let's see. So these, we have 3 that we are acknowledging today from our office. So we got the Prestige team. They are the top 1.5% alone. Okay, Adela as well. Peter Hatzabat. So we're super proud of all of them. Wow, you're so quick. We're very proud and, you know, please congratulate them. It is a huge, huge milestone. It's such an honor to have our agents and our team represented. So we're very, very proud. And I mean, even our regional director, she sent me a nice email. She's like, Mary, you guys are killing it. Keep on doing what you're doing. So, which I'm not taking any credit whatsoever because it's all you guys. Okay.
That's not true, Mary. You're very important to us.
Thank you. And then another thing that we should be very proud of that's coming from our market center. I'm just telling you guys, we're doing some ripples. I mean, LA Harbor is on the maps. Everyone's knowing, like they know who we are. Like we are no longer the closet child anymore. Because I'm not gonna allow it. But so we got company's culture and we got 2 of our agents that got nominated out of 300 that got submitted to represent our region. And we are so very proud of Coastal and Westside is who we represent. And we got Travaris Parker as our cultural ambassador and Maria Mara. Didn't happen to, I mean, not only just part of our ALC, but I mean, these guys definitely made a splash. Their letter was amazing. And we have submitted a list. I had submitted a list of names and then of how, and then obviously their own letters, and that's how they got chosen. So very proud as well. Okay. All right. I know we're running a little faster, so hopefully you guys are okay with this. Upcoming events. Movie night. So we chose Minions because we have little ones. We think that Jurassic Park was a little too dark. So we decided to go Minions, but then I just found out that Lightyear's out too, you guys. So can I borrow some kids? I don't feel weird to go to the movies. Wait, say that again?
3 of them.
Are they adults or younger ones?
8, 9, and 13.
I'll take the 8 and the 9. The 13 I don't want. That's too much attitude. The 8 and the 9 is easy. Popcorn, give them some cotton candy, and then I'll ship them back to you. The 13 will probably talk back, and I don't want that. So yes, $20 again. Proceeds go to KW Cares. We also actually have a sponsor for pizza, and so that's also inclusive. So what we'll do is we'll come here first. We'll have our pizza, and then we'll go upstairs, and then we'll collect our popcorn and our drinks, and then we're good to go.
You can come to the front desk if you want to purchase tickets.
Yes, actually, please.
Email me and we'll figure it out.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right, and then Karen's Karaoke, that is up and running. We are super excited about that event as well. As you know, BYOB, I think that's usually it, right? BYOB, and just have some fun. Okay, Pedro Pet Pals, super excited. They do have their event this Saturday. If you are interested, it's a comedy improv and it's been a while. So they are looking for, I think there's a silent auction and a raffle as well. If you do want to participate, please do so. And then our classes, MREA every Thursday, unless if we have book club, then it trumps MREA. But other than that, it's with your ALC. And so far it's been really cool. We had our first book club. We were very excited about that. As you can see, LA Harbor style, we did have wine. And it was really nice. I was actually very impressed that each and every individual was very involved. It was a book that not only touched us personally, but professionally as well. And we literally deep dive. It was supposed to be an hour, but I think that our group went through to about almost 2 hours-ish. But it was just very, it was a very solid book, and stay tuned on the next one. Okay, the Whitney team has Shred Day, July 10th, 10 a.m. to 12. You do have to register or RSVP because they are looking at head counts as well. So that's coming up. What else? Upcoming classes. Mega Agent Camp, Austin, Texas. If you are attending, as always, when we do big events like this, if you are attending, please let me know. And the reason being is because we put together dinners, we put together events. We also want to make sure that you guys are in our, included in things that we are doing throughout the day. If you're flying in early, if you're not, I would like to know also for your safety, I just want to make sure that I'm keeping track of all of you. And then, you know, just kind of having some fun. 590.
Oh.
Wow.
She's so quick.
You're so quick. I'm about to take that mouse away from her. No wonder I'm exhausted. I'm trying to keep it with her.
We're gonna have half hour meetings.
Yeah, so $5.99, this is early bird pricing, it will go up to $6.50. Right now, Alaska Airlines has the cheapest flight. If you fly in Monday morning, because the first event is at 3 p.m., which is the cocktail hour, but it is currently $289 round trip. LAX, Austin, LAX, okay? And then leaving Wednesday afternoon because our 2 ambassadors actually are going upstage and receiving their recognition. So yeah, so that's gonna happen Wednesday afternoon at 3:30, and then we all fly out. So as soon as the awards, then we all shuttle to the airport and we fly out at 5:30. So again, if you need more details, I have our flight. I have hotels information. I have the whole 9 yards if you want to stay within our group. Okay. All right, Ignite. So super proud of a lot of our new agents taking advantage of Ignite. If you miss a class, you won't graduate from the program. So you'll just have to make sure that you make it up on the next round and then you officially graduate from there. Okay. My power hours. So because I changed it to 8:30, I realized that we actually get more traffic because it rolls right off of the producer's mindset call, and it's just not our office. We are sharing it with 2 other offices as well. It has been very engaging. I do want to take this particular, I guess, conversation further a little bit. So there was an agent, thank God, Gordon, we're lucky, is not one of ours, but she had a listing, and unfortunately, while we were doing or practicing our scripts, we talked about scenarios, real life scenario. Well, she had a listing, she had no offers, but you know what she did? She went out and told other agents that she did have offers in hand. So she did not handle it with ethics, I guess. It was very unethical. And here was the crazy part. Another agent called her out on it, and she literally defended on why she did that. So please, please, please do not say that you have offers. If you don't, just tell them that you don't. If you know that you're gonna have offers, you can let the agents know that, hey, I was told that, you know, we may get some offers in, but as of right now, we have none in our possession. But she flat out, I guess the point way to say is she flat out lied and said that she had 2 offers in hand over asking, and she did not.
Yeah, wow. And I was on that script call, and it's
Yeah.
just, you want to be transparent
Correct.
because you don't want to be that person, and I'm nothing on her,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
but you know, just talk to your mentor, you know, talk to leadership about what you should do in that scenario.
Absolutely. Go to your mentors first, and then if you can't get a hold of your mentors, then please come to me.
Your license.
It's not. And I did reach out to her. I did reach out to her leadership, and I did tell them the scenario, and I'm hoping that her leadership did speak to her. But it was not even more of the fact that she lied about it, but it was the way she defending it. Right. She was so adamant on why she had to do it. And I go, and she's only put the property up for a week. So now she's panicking because she doesn't have any offers. That's the crazy part, but that's what we were talking about. The market shift is that when a brand new agent that just came in, when they're so used to, you know, 5-10 offers selling their firstborn child, and now a property sits for a week and agents are panicking, and you should not panic. We're just in a shifting market.
Yeah, it's the same thing with mortgage officers. You're seeing a lot more people getting licensed and mortgage originating for the same reason. They
Correct.
saw the great 2020, great 2021, they want a piece of the pie, rightfully so, but you have to do it the right way.
Right. And that's also, you know, so part of the class is not just us practicing our conversation, but also practicing real life scenarios, and, you know, things that, you know, it's coming up on a daily basis. If you're door knocking, what type of conversations are you having at door knocking? What type of conversations are you having on your listing presentation, your buying presentation? Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I want to bring something up. I was so happy to do door knocking with Jane. The other day, we went to Wilmington and farmed the area down there. I don't want to jinx it, but I think she's gonna get this listing from door knocking. And I was so amazed, not only with Jane, but I also respect your guys' job so much more. I would never do door knocking again dressed like this. That was what I learned.
Well, and it was like one of the hottest days this week too.
It was the hottest day,
Yeah.
yeah, so, and I got home, I was like, literally as you're walking through the desert, I know it was. But I was just so proud of Jane and her professionalism, and now I know what you guys go through. So I really even have more respect, and so much that if you want me to go door knocking with you, I will. Because it was great to get out of the office and meet people, it really was.
No, especially Jane reached out to Grant, I think it was Friday night, like 7:30, and I saw it happen, I just stayed quiet. Yeah, and he was able to get her the profile she needed, she was able to print it, like, come back here, print it, went back and delivered a really professional presentation.
Yep.
So, like, especially for the newer agents, I think it's super important to know, like, sometimes you might feel alone and like, I'm new and everyone else has all this experience. You got a big team behind you, so don't ever be afraid to reach out to Ish, or Grant, or myself, or anybody, because we're here to make you look right.
Absolutely. Yeah, and when you're when you're presenting it to your clients too, it's like, a team doesn't mean you and people, in your team. It's all of us. Like, you do have a full team, you have a leadership team, you have, a title team, you have an inspection team. I mean, that is your team. This is your people. And I love, I know, shout out to Freddie and Leslie, you guys do an amazing job on your social media. You point out your team all the time, and I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. So definitely utilize that, taking advantage of it. Yeah, T, you're right. Yeah, even I remember Travaris was on that. Yeah, she was definitely misleading fellow agents. So thank you for that. Okay. All right. And before we go though, Michelle Miley, Michelle Miley, you want to come up?
Sure, no, I'm just gonna stand here.
Oh, you can stand there too.
All right. So some of you might have noticed there's a new poster next to the front door. That's my granddaughter, Abigail Warner, and she's running for Mary Stars of the CPS Queen this year. And so what I'm gonna do for my granddaughter is, I have a whole lot of art that I've been kind of collecting and whatnot. It's already been, some of it's framed and some of it's matted and some of it's ready to go. I just decided that for anybody who buys, for everybody who buys a ticket, basically, a ticket is one vote, $1 is one vote. So the person who gets the most vote is the winner of for the year. Queen's in name only, but it's a fundraiser for the church. So I have a lot of note cards. These are all individually wrapped. You can buy them for $2.50 each. That would be, no, I can't do that because I can't do $2. How about $2 each? That's 2 tickets in the barrel. But I also have some things that are original and some that are prints. This one's a print. Some things are local.
It's all your work, Michelle, right?
This is all my
artwork.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got Catalina, Croatia, April Park. There's a lot of.
Do you have larger prints?
I do. I haven't put them out there. Well, they're all
Like that.
these, yeah, mostly 6x8 and 4x6 is what I paint. But this is a print, so I can print it.
Perfect. Awesome.
So for every $1 you spend, you get a ticket in the barrel. How's that?
Love it. Thank
All right,
you.
I'm gonna put everything in the conference room and just sit there and we'll see.
Bring your money.
And don't feel like you're pressured to do it. I just thought, it's just sitting here. So I'm gonna give it, give my granddaughter.
Yeah, how do you want the payment?
Well, if you write a check, then I give it to her and she turns it into the church, and then you've got a cancel check for your. Okay, so it's a little different this year. They do not have physical ticket books this year. They had too many ticket books going out, not coming back, and families were having to buy them out. And so what they do now is they take your name, your phone number, and how many tickets, and we collect the money. I give it to my granddaughter. She fills out all your name on all the tickets. And what I do have that you can get a copy of, you can use your phone or whatever. This is, the first prize is $15,000 in cash. They don't do cars anymore.
Wow.
I know. 15,000, and the
I'll
second
take
prize
15,000.
second prize is 4 days, 3 nights deluxe Las Vegas hotel package, including airfare from Los Angeles for 2.
Wow.
Third prize is 3 days, 2 nights in Santa Barbara or Temecula wine country hotel package for 2. Fourth prize is 3 days, 2 nights, San Diego hotel package for 2. And that's it. So, so what you can do is, if you write a check, you can use your council check in this thing for your taxes if you wanna, write it for your donation. If you give me cash, I really don't have anything, I don't have a receipt to give you other than I'm gonna write your name on a roster that I give her.
I was able to Venmo you today.
And she Venmoed me, which I will then dash to my daughter. And then you can print out your Venmo.
Yeah.
Receipt, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do it today.
However, that's an idea.
And you said it's a $1, $1 ticket or $2?
Pardon me?
$1 ticket or $2?
It's $1 per ticket. So if you buy a note card, you're buying 2 tickets. So basically you're getting the art for free.
Yeah.
How's that?
Love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Or you're getting the tickets for free. I don't know what they're at.
Thank you. All right, guys, go out there, have some fun, caravan in 15 minutes as fall, and, oh, yeah, Patty, sorry.
I have to.
He's not, wait, he wasn't here, because we want to be able to give it to him physically.
No.
Because I need to spread out, I'm gonna go in the conference room.
Mentors, we have a meeting at 11.
All right, Zoom, you guys take care, be safe out there. It's sprinkling.